Hello, everyone from Madison, Wisconsin. I'm Richie Davidson, and I'm the founder and director of the Center for Healthy Minds at the University of Wisconsin-Madison, and also founder of the affiliated nonprofit Healthy Minds Innovations. And we're really happy to be here today on World Meditation Day to offer this short practice for all of our community. And as we're settling in, I'd love for everyone, if they feel comfortable, to please let us know where you're tuning in from. And also give us a word or two about how you're feeling right now, whatever that might be. And I see people literally tuning in from all over the world, from South Africa to Germany to Canada to different parts of the United States, Mexico. It's really so great to see all of you joining us today. We really appreciate you being here. So please give us a word or two as you are tuning in about how you're feeling. Super excited from Germany. Feeling encouraged. We have people from Peru. A little stressed. I think that's very common. Curious, relaxed, happy, calm. Someone tuning in from Sweden. Great to see you. Hopeful, serene. Someone tuning in from New Orleans in the US, from Los Angeles. It's really great to see all of you from so many different parts of the world. I'd like to just share a little bit about our center and the activities in which we're engaged before we practice together. Our center has as its mission the cultivation of well-being and relieving suffering through a scientific understanding of the mind. And our affiliated nonprofit has as its mission to take the insights from the science and turn them into tools that can be used to measure and cultivate well-being. And we share a common vision of a kinder, wiser, and more compassionate world. And the practice which we're sharing together today for World Meditation Day is very much a part of this. Over the last several years, my colleagues and I at the center have developed a framework for understanding what we think of as the plasticity of well-being, the elements of well-being that can be changed, that can be improved through training. And the framework can be found on our website, and Jocelyn and her colleagues will put in the chat a link to information about the framework. We've also developed an app called the Healthy Minds Program, which is freely available, and the kinds of practices that we'll be engaging in today are available freely on the app. So I would encourage you, if interested, to please explore this. So it's really great to have this World Meditation Day to encourage people and to help them taste that a simple practice that we can do anywhere, anytime, can really be valuable. One of the really important insights is that these practices we've learned from modern science can actually change our brains in ways that enable us to enjoy sustained well-being, to enable these qualities to positively impact many different sectors of our lives, and really ultimately every nook and cranny of our lives. When human beings first evolved on this planet, none of us were brushing our teeth. And I'm sure all of you who are joining this today brush your teeth. Um, uh, we brush our teeth because we've all learned that this is important for our personal physical hygiene. Yet it's not in our genome. This is something we've learned to do, and we can learn to engage in simple practices for a few minutes a day for our personal mental hygiene. And through that, it benefits not only ourselves, but all the others that we interact with as well. So, with that as a little introduction, we're going to do a little practice today that will cover a few of the pillars of well being that we have uh, formulated in this framework for understanding the plasticity of well being. So, let's take our seats in a posture that is dignified, sitting up straight, but not too tight, not too loose. And if you're comfortable, you can close your eyes. If you prefer to leave your eyes open, that's okay too. You can simply gaze downward. And let's begin by bringing our awareness into this present moment. And let's take one or two deep breaths together. And see if we can let go of whatever tension we may be feeling on the out breath. Take another deep breath. And let's bring awareness into our bodies. Noticing our feet if they're touching the floor, feeling a sense of groundedness. And as we ease into this practice, let's together reflect on our motivation for being here. Why did you join us today? And why are you motivated to engage in these practices, to meditate? And see if you can find in your reflection an altruistic motivation for the practice. See if you can recognize that when we calm our minds and open our hearts, this is something beneficial not only for ourselves, but for all the others that we touch directly or indirectly. So let's spend a few moments reflecting on this motivation. And now let's bring awareness again into our bodies and notice whatever may be present. If there's tension, if there's relaxation, tingling, whatever there is, it's okay. We can use our bodies as support for our awareness. We may notice our breathing, We may notice the sensations in our sit bones as we're seated. No need to fixate on any one particular sensation. Let's simply allow whatever sensation is coming up to present itself to our awareness. And let's expand our awareness not only to our bodies, but to all of the senses around us. We may be hearing some sounds, maybe seeing some visual impressions, even with our eyes closed. Maybe some touch. We may be noticing some tastes or smells. Whatever it might be, allowing all of our sense doors, the doors to each sensory channel, to be open, and simply resting our awareness on whatever may be coming up without fixating on anything in particular. Simply remaining open, aware, and awake. Simply resting in this quality of open awareness, allowing whatever sensations may be present in our body and whatever sensations come through our sense doors to connect with our awareness. And if you find that your mind has wandered, when you notice that, you can simply bring your mind back to the present moment. Let's now do a little bit of connection practice, our second pillar of well-being. And let's bring into our mind and our heart some person we know a person who has been helpful to us over the last period of time, whatever that might be. And think of something about this person that you particularly appreciate. And even think specifically about how you might express your appreciation to this person the next time you see them, next time you talk with them. And there may be something specific you remember, a handshake, a hug, connection through mutual smiles, whatever it might be. Bring that into your mind and heart too. And envision how this person may appreciate you. What might this person appreciate about you? And now we'll cover one other pillar of well-being. There are four. We'll only have time for three this morning. And we'll focus on purpose in the last few minutes of our practice. Let's all reflect on one or two values which may be particularly important to you, whatever they may be. Maybe it has something to do with generosity. Maybe it has something to do with integrity. Whatever it might be, bring this value into your mind. And let's spend a few moments together reflecting on how this value may be connected to some of the activities in which you regularly engage. It might be through interactions with your family. It might be through your work. It might be even in casual encounters with people you might meet as you're walking. It might be in chores that you do that help others. Whatever it might be, let's bring that into our minds. And let's spend a few moments envisioning how this value, whatever it might be, might infuse more and more of your everyday activity. Can you envision other regular activities in which you engage? We all eat several times a day. We all have certain, even minimal chores that we do around the house. Can you envision what it would be like to engage in these activities as a reflection of one or more of your most important values? And now, as this period of practice comes to a close, let's drop all of the specific meditation that we've been doing and simply rest with this quality of open awareness, this quality of presence, not fixating on any one thing in particular, simply remaining aware and awake. And if your eyes have been closed, you can please open them and see if you can retain this perfume of practice as you re-engage with your ordinary activities. So, how is that? If anyone has any post-meditation reflection that they wish to put in the chat, or a few words, please feel free to use the chat to do that. And we'd like to just share with you in the last few minutes a little bit in need of love today. Before we get there, I'll just read a few of these. Luscious, heart opening, more present, soft, loving here, awesome, engaging, beautiful. Thank you all so much. This is great. So happy that so many friends have joined. Great to see you. Deborah Went, thank you for being here. Thank you to all these friends from all over the world. So wonderful. Enjoyed hearing birds in your background. That's true. My windows are open and the birds are singing mellifluously. We have many events, and you can learn more about our events by going to our website, centerhealthyminds.org, and learning how to connect with us. And Jocelyn will put that information in the chat. We also have a Healthy Minds match campaign for Mental Health Awareness Month. And for those of you who are able, we depend on support from our generous donors and friends to enable us to make our Healthy Minds app available freely. And so we'd love to have you engage with us in whatever ways you can. We have a matching gift of up to $20,000 during the month of May. Every gift that you give will be doubled thanks to a generous anonymous donor. And if you're able, we really can use the support as we scale our work and bring it to the world to many sectors that cannot afford to any financial component. And so we depend upon friends and supporters like yourself. We also have this summer a masterclass coming up. This is a great opportunity to dive into each of the 4 pillars of well-being in a more in-depth way. It's a dive into both the science and practice of our Healthy Minds framework, and it will include teachings on awareness, connection, insight, and purpose from many experts. And you can go to our Healthy Minds Innovations website and learn about our masterclass. So I see some people, one person is saying it's hard for me to meditate for more than 5 minutes without distraction, very frustrating. Let me simply say 5 minutes is great. Start modestly. And if you can do even 3 minutes, that's wonderful. And my advice is to do just a few minutes at a time and sprinkle it throughout the day. And so don't feel frustrated by this. This is what human minds do. Most people are in the same boat. And this is how we begin. We begin really gradually. Research shows, and we just completed a major new study with about 650 public school teachers that shows that even 5 minutes a day of practice is enormously beneficial. The key thing is to do it each day consistently. So we very much aspire that these convenings can help motivate all of us to do this, to make a commitment to practice. We have been on a trajectory that is not a particularly healthy or sustainable one before the pandemic. And the pandemic has only made things more difficult. And so we believe that a key strategy, something that we critically need in this world, is a little bit more well-being. Many of the problems in our culture today can be traced in one way or another to a failure to cultivate well-being and to appreciate our interconnectedness with others and with the planet. And so doing this for even a few minutes a day can really make a big difference. And it can make a big difference not only for ourselves, but it can make a big difference for all of those that we touch, directly or indirectly. So our motto is change our mind, change the world. And you can all be part of this really important transformation by joining us today on World Meditation Day and making a real commitment to practice. And so we really appreciate all of you participating from so many parts of the world. And please check out our website and please download our app it's freely available throughout the world. And you can practice on your own time. There are guided practices very similar to what we did today. So thank you all. May you have a great weekend, and may you all be healthy, safe, and happy.